Warning, Jean Chrétien is in China. Sheila Copps is in control. What happens if something bad happens?
Good evening. Team Canada, our roving group of traveling salesmen, is preparing to leave Asia and come home. All reports so far say the mission, codename Everything Must Go, was a major success.
Jean Chrétien is bursting with pride over the many multi-billion-dollar sales agreements that have been signed. One of the biggest, 2 CANDO nuclear reactors. Chrétien says that he has an agreement in principle with Chairman Deng that slave labor will not be used in the construction of the facilities, and employees will only be shot at if they utter the phrase, "Let's put it to a vote."
But it's not only the big players that feel the trip was successful. New Brunswick's Premier Frank McKenna managed to sell a pair of his blue jeans for $35 American, and Premier Clyde Wells has cashed in on China's lucrative organ trade. Newfoundland has signed a contract to provide 30,000 laid-off fishermen's kidneys to China by the year 2000.
While the Prime Minister was playing salesman over in China last week, back in Ottawa, MPs enjoyed a one-week recess.
Some MPs went back to their ridings, but Reform Party leader Preston Manning spent the week devising new ways to eliminate the deficit at the Reform Party think tank floating in the Bay of Fundy.
By the end of the week, after his handlers had pulled him out of the capsule, Manning emerged saying that he felt like he had 4 big hairy legs, many eyes, and a desire to buzz around Jean Chrétien's right ear.
In the U.S. last week, with the deficit down, unemployment down, inflation down, crime down, economic output up, and the economy in recovery, the American voters sent a strong and clear message to President Clinton. That's just not good enough. We want change. We want something new. So the voters, in their punch-drunk wisdom, sent to the Washington silver-plated trough Bob Packwood, no doubt to head the House Committee on Sexual Harassment and Women's Issues. Jesse Helms, a strong contender to lead the House Committee on First Amendment Rights and the Arts. Sonny Bono to just continually keep growing, "I got you, babe. I got you, babe." And 92-year-old Strom Thurmond as chairman of the Armed Services Committee. 92-year-old Thurmond's experience on the battlefield during the Civil War will no doubt be invaluable in his new job. And you know what they say, a change is as good as a knock up the side of the head.
Ultranationalist Russian leader Vladimir Zhirinovsky is in the United States. He is on what he calls a goodwill visit. He joins us now from San Francisco. Hello, Vladimir.
Hello.
Vladimir Zhirinovsky, some people think you are a dangerous lunatic and a threat to the civilized world.
Yes, I am.
How do you explain your continuing popularity?
Я буду принимать участие.
Now is winter of discontent. I'm off to see the wizard. I'm late for a very important date. Are you looking at me? I'm the only one here, so you must be looking at me. I'm just a cowgirl who can't say no. The horror. The horror.
Well, thank you for this, Mr. Zhirinovsky. Good luck to you and tyrannical madmen everywhere.
I know it's difficult being a person in the public eye, that every time you turn around that you're being asked the same old questions over and over again. I know, gosh, it was only last year it seemed that every time a politician was questioned by the press, they were asked, had they in fact smoked marijuana. This hour's 22 Minutes is not that type of show, but have you tried crack yet?
Time for a walk in the woods with this hour's Joe Crow.
Joe Crow here, eh? In the bosom of our mother, with the standing people. Hello, friend. hoping not to get picked off by some drunk white guy trying to outsmart a wily deer. Yeah, it's hunting season, all right, and I'm here to make a tobacco offering to the four directions for the bounty of our Mother Earth and my metallic blue skidoo, eh? Oh, but I see our pale cousins have left some offerings before me. Toque brain! That one was closer than otter sweat on the nose of a hairy bomb big brown bear, eh? Well, you know, they say it's about bonding and drinking and being in the woods. But gee, so many of our animal relations have been destroyed for sport. Gee, riddle me this, Batman. At the end of a hockey game, do the winners drive around with the other team tied to the top of the bus bleeding? Sport. What was the score of World War II? You know, Joey's got nothing against hunting. It's just that I live in town, eh? And where I shop at the Super Safe, none of the meat has eyes. Jeez, you know, like our Cree brothers say, only after the last tree has been cut down, only after the last river has been poisoned, only after the last fish has been caught, only then will they realize money cannot be eaten and Tetra Paks cannot be recycled. Over to you, 22.
Recent figures revealed in Marketing Magazine show that the Ontario government of Bob Rae spends more money on advertising in that province than Coca-Cola, Campbell's Soup, or Leon's Furniture. The move seems futile, however, as a recent This Hour Has 22 Minutes Bargain Hunter poll shows that 73% of Ontario residents believe that Coca-Cola is the real thing and Bob Rae is just a big fat fake. 86% of residents also prefer the Leon's don't pay a cent fiscal policy over the NDP's no raise never, no raise never, no more social contract policy.
A 25-year-old letter from John Lennon to Paul and Linda McCartney goes on the auction block next month. The bidding will start at $60,000. In the letter, Lennon writes of his resentment towards Paul and Linda because of their refusal to accept his wife Yoko. The letter also reveals that Yoko was responsible for breaking up another popular group, this one Canadian.
It's the Musser,
Here in this rare footage, we see Yoko performing in what was once the top-rated television show in the country.
Apparently, Yoko also tried to break up another Canadian group, April Wine, but unfortunately she failed and the group still tours today.
An international environmental agency has decreed that by the end of the 20th century, tigers, Asian bears, and around 90 species of parrot could be extinct. Also on the list, the red-haired smallmouth warbler, the buck-toothed flip-flopping ding-dong, and the fuzzy-necked, debt-cutting, free-ranging wild turkey.
The Social Credit Party of British Columbia, which dominated British Columbia's political scene for decades, has elected a new leader. In a related story, a tree fell in the forest. Nobody heard.
Well, she's fed up and she's back in bed. Here's Marg Delahunty.
Politics. If it's not boring your pants off, it's tormenting the daylights out of you. Hi, I'm Marg Delahunty. I'm sunk low. I'm despondent. I'm at a low ebb. I've hardly hauled my head off the pillow all week, and I'm not even considering touching my tender tootsies to the cold linoleum till at least one of John Cretton's Liberals starts acting like a Liberal. Oh, my, the Canadian body politic must be a cadaver by this time. It's been sacrificed so repeatedly on the high altar of lies, broken promises, and unrequited dreams. Jobs, jobs, jobs is what they went in on, and cuts, cuts, cuts is all they've been jawing about ever since. What were we talking to ourselves in a room full of deaf people there last October? Not even a grain of truth, apparently, in the entire bucket of red book hogwash. And when I heard that Lloyd Axworthy, whom I love, was in town trying to sell us on further cuts to the social safety net, well, it went through me like a dose of salt. Go on. Go on, I'll be all right. Don't be worrying about me. If I get hungry in a couple of weeks, I can always suck my clothes. Lloyd Exford, in town. Lloyd, hi, I'm Mary Delahunty. I just hauled the house coat on over my night just because I had to talk to you.
Did you just get out of bed?
Oh, yes, my darling, but I got to tell
I
you.
didn't mean to wake you up.
Lloyd, they're using you.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're a patsy, Lloyd. Who else are they going to send out to make those draconian cuts? Do you see Sheila Copps? Them, Lloyd. Do you see Sheila Copps out trying to sell Canadians on these cuts? No, my darling. You are too nice for your own good, Lloyd. I'm telling you. Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Exworthy.
Have you talked to my mother about it?
No, my darling, but I'd love to meet your mother. You're my favorite, Lloyd. And who else would they send out to make those cuts now, Lloyd, but you? Mr. Cow Dung wouldn't melt in your mouth. Mr. wouldn't say water if your mouth was full of it. God love you, Lloyd, but don't take the fall for him, Lloyd, boy. You know what's right and do it.
CRTC ruling has said that so-called infomercials, once a late-night phenomena, can now be aired in prime time. We now look at one of the more popular infomercials, Money Matters.
Hello, Gus.
Hello, Marcia.
Gus, I can read.
I know you can.
I've read the books.
Yes, you have.
And they all tell me I can't get rich quick.
Marcia, nothing could be further from the truth. Look at me. 7 years ago, I was failing in high school. I had low self-esteem. I was 3 pounds overweight.
3 pounds overweight?
I wanted to die. One day, a teacher said to me, Gus, unless you expect complete strangers to send you money through the mail, you'll end up like your father. I was humiliated.
That must have hurt, Gus.
Yes, but I focused my anger. I focused my fear. I placed 100 ads in 100 newspapers stating, I need to go to Lourdes. Send me money. God bless you.
Well, what happened, Gus?
Total strangers started sending me money through the mail.
Free money? Yeah!
Since then, I've made over $7 million through the miracle of direct marketing.
Wow, and I guess you owe it all to that teacher who humiliated you way back when.
Indeed I do, Marcia, and I've since gone back and thanked that man in person, just before I had him killed.
Wow! You had him killed. How'd you do that, Gus?
2 words, Marcia. Direct marketing! I placed an ad in Soldier of Fortune saying, I want someone to disappear. Send $10 for information. Did you know that 300 hitmen replied to my ad?
That's $3,000!
It only cost me $2,000 to get the job done.
Wow, you made a profit. And it's that easy, isn't it?
Well, unfortunately, no. Before you do anything, you must call the number on your screen right now.
Oh, thanks for sharing, Gus. I'm going to get my credit card ready and call that number now.
Thank you, Marcia. I do it because I care.
Oh, let me give you a scruffy.
Former U.S. President Ronald Reagan, the man who blamed 80% of air pollution on trees, who officially made ketchup a vegetable, and who omitted to remember doing the arms for hostages deal with Iran, disclosed last week that he has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. For a reaction, we go now to a badly shaken Mrs. Imelda Mitten in Smiths Falls, Ontario. Mrs. Mitten?
No. Old Ronald, I've seen brighter lights on small appliances. Reagan just found out he was a few sandwiches short of a good picnic. Well, that must be a shock. How's poor Nancy taking it, I wonder?
Movie audiences seem to be divided by gender when it comes to the effects of erotic material. Dr. Monique Fabergé is a sexologist practicing in Montreal. She joins us now. Dr. Fabergé, hello.
Bonsoir, sweetheart.
Dr. Fabergé, what is the essential difference between the way in which men and women react to films?
Ah, yes, women want an honesty, Frank, a flower-sending rebel, a man who will kill a man, but is a sucker for a pretty face, a kind of a lawyer, cowboy, drifter, millionaire type, you know what I mean, a father figure in wolf clothing who will really cook your breakfast.
What do you think men want?
Oh, men are only interested in a dangerous virgin murder suspect with silicone implant who wear no underwear, yet know their way around a set of handcuffs. She is soft and sexy, yet capable of killing a rabbit, you know? Women who have a vocabulary of about 10 words, 5 of which mean, take me now, big boy, and the other 5 of which mean, can I get you a sandwich?
Isn't that a generalization, doctor?
Absolument. You're a hot potato yourself, aren't you? Look at you. You got your mojo working, Macmillan. Look at you, so oppressed in that little suit and try not to think sexy things while you talk to me.
Well, I'd like to get back to the
You're an
films.
animal, Mr. Frank, tied up, ready to boil over.
Yes, well,
Are you feeling a little warm? Yes. Don't panic, it's natural. People always get warm around me.
We're almost out of time, Doctor.
I feel like that Bonnie Michelle Pfeiffer in Dangerous Liaison. Kiss my wrist.
I think I'll pass. Thank you, and good night.
We should go to the film together someday, me and you, huh? Together? Awesome.
Firebrand Camille Paglia, the self-styled social castigator and streetwise feminist, has managed to upset just about everybody. But she's really got our newest correspondent hot under the collar. Here's Genoa Hallerstein in New Jersey.
Camille Paglia. What a heistmeister. Don't talk to me about that lipstick Lizzie. She talks the talk, but she don't walk the walk. Her whole shtick, she lifted it from me. And suddenly now, in the sleaziest lesbo-exploitation move ever, she's an open lesbian. Oh, please. Listen, Camille, I am a second-generation lesbian. I am the product of a diesel dyke and a turkey baster. And Paglia is nothing but the darling daughter of a pair of hetero-bucolic breeders. Oh, you're so butch, Camille, with your I've kicked and hit more men than any other leading feminist in the world. Oh, take a number, darling, and stand way behind me, because you're looking at the original macho slut. She is up to her glamour dyke neck in the sick patriarchal culture of acquisition and consumption and the cult of the buck, and no matter what cost to who. I'm not doing a homo promo here, but where does she get off saying anyone can see that she was on the cutting edge of butch feminism because she was wearing Amelia Earhart Halloween costumes in the 50s? Oh, check out my baby pictures, Paglia. Read them and weep. I've been wearing a thigh harness since birth. She heisted Vamps and Tramps from my book. I wrote Clamps and Lamps 3 years ago. I talked about stratification and desexualizing. I called it infirmary feminism. I did the guys in dog collars and chains years ago. I'm obnoxious. I have an obnoxious personality. I'm an egomaniac, and I even talk faster than she does. Well, the players may be on strike, but the coaches are still on their blades. Here's Coach Peter Boom Boom McCormick and Coach Bob Nobby Spurl with this week's edition of a Hockey Notebook.
Okay, listen up. Welcome to Hockey Notebook. Get in here, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Question. John Beliveau, Johnny Bauer, Terry Sawchuk. What do these names have in common?
Answer. Besides the fact that neither one of us have ever played against those players.
Or met them.
Those guys played the game of hockey the way it's supposed to be played.
No shin pads, no helmet, no face mask.
No union, no pension.
No dental.
Definitely no dental.
And if you got your eye poked out, not even an aspirin. Next period, you were on the ice.
Fulfilling the dream of no teeth, no pay, one eye, but playing the game that we call hockey.
Now a prayer to end the players' strike. Dear Lord, if there is a hockey heaven, please send this message to all the guardian angels of hockey. Tim Horton, Brian Spinner Spencer, Brian Spencer Sr.
Who, of course, was shot by police outside of a CBC affiliate station, perhaps the one you're watching now. Hear our prayer.
Lord, please end the hockey strike. Amen. You have been watching Hockey Notebook. Face off.
A British documentary this week proclaimed Mother Teresa a Hell's Angel. When contacted, the main chapter of the Hells Angels confirmed that yes, she had been a member in the 60s, that she did attend Altamont in 69, but no, it wasn't her pool cue used to beat the naked fat guy.
And now from Glen Eagle Golf Course, here's Howie Morinka with Golf Update.
He's at the tee. Here comes the putt. He's 76 over par today. It's looking good.
He missed the shot! How could he miss him so close? Uh-oh, I think I might be talking too loud. I was warned about this. I'm used to announcing other sports. Baseball, hockey, sports with a little zip. But this golf detail, holy cow. Whisper, 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 whisper. Oh, he missed the shot! What a moron! Maybe I'm talking too loud, but how could he have missed from so close? My grandma could have made that shot. And they pay these guys? I'm obviously in the wrong racket. Holy smokes! He missed the shot again! I might be talking too loud, but is he ever gonna sink one? I mean, geez, I'm growing a beard here. This has been Golf Update. Wake me up. I'm Rip Van Winkle. Man, oh man, oh man.
And now, in the Oh My, How Things Have Changed department, in a recent This Hour Has 22 Minutes poll, 85% of Canadian women said they wouldn't be bothered kissing a frog if all they were going to end up with was a poncy old prince like Charles anyway. Well, of course, at my age, the thoughts of a talking frog is infinitely more interesting than any old man I know. Oh, except for you, of course, Frank. Ah! Oh, my. Well, I'm Molly Maguire for all of us here at 22 Minutes, including the frog. Good night. Good night. In an upset last week, 45-year-old George Foreman defeated 26-year-old Michael Moorer in a dramatic 10th-round knockout in Las Vegas. While in a surprising 10th decade turnaround, the old man himself, Chairman Mao Zedong, aced out both Stalin and Hitler to be named the greatest mass murderer of the 20th century. So all you young hopefuls out there trying to break that record, Pol Pot in Cambodia, Pinochet in Chile, and Karadzic in Bosnia, take note. There's only 6 years left in this century, so you might as well stop the killing now. Pack it in, boys.